Hey, you might be wondering why I'm sitting around on the street with a can of Spam and some toilet paper. If you're not wondering, you can turn the video off. If you are wondering, I'm going to tell you. So, here's the deal. So, Hesed House is back in Aurora. We moved out of the hotel. We're back in Aurora in Hesed House. So, we got a bunch of people living in the main building right there. And we've got even more people living across the street in the warehouse building over there. So we got 150-ish, I don't know, so people, a lot of people. And so we got to provide all of the needs for them, but under a little bit different conditions than normal, and that's where the Spam and the toilet paper comes in. We're on total quarantine and lockdown order from the health department, so nobody in, nobody out, because we don't want to get COVID infection making its way back into the shelter. So what that means, though, is that there's a ton of people living on the streets of Aurora who can't get in here. And so, in addition to feeding all of them and serving them and feeding all of them and serving all of them, we're also mobilizing a team to feed and serve all the people living on the streets of Aurora right now, which is a little bit different from us because Aurora historically has had a very, very, very tiny number of people living on the streets compared to other communities. And so this is relatively new to us. So with this kind of volume of people, we're having to mobilize. And so the way we're mobilizing is we've set a location and a place and a time every day where we're saying, hey, come to this place at this time and we will bring your mail that you had delivered to Hesed House, and we'll bring food, and we'll bring tents, and we'll bring toilet paper. So I was at that site today, and we're not going to say where it was or when it is for confidentiality and safety's sake. But I was out there today. And we asked people, what do you need? What's going to help you get through the next few weeks or possibly few months of living on the streets? And the answers were pretty ingenious. So the main thing people wanted was food that does not have to be microwaved or refrigerated, particularly if it's got a lot of protein in it. So here's what they said. Things like cans of soup with the pop top on the top there, because you ideally should heat it up. You don't have to, and you can heat it. You can open it without a can opener. Also, Chef Boyardee, same thing there. Who doesn't love a little Chef Boyardee? Dentimore makes two different ways that you can do Dentimore without a microwave or utensil. So you got the pop top there. You've also got the little microwavable tins there, which you don't have to microwave. You can eat them without that. Then we move into things like the little cans of chicken there. Again, pop top, please. And tuna, which is kind of the chicken of the sea, they say. But again, pop top. And for a little variety in our packaging, tuna also comes in these cool, nifty little packages there with cool flavors like herb and garlic. And then for all types of camping, particularly even urban camping, trail mix is great because, again, it's protein, so get some good dense calories in there for people that are living out in the streets in a way that doesn't have to be refrigerated or microwaved. And then the last one, now, I don't know that this would be my first choice if I were forced to live on the streets, but, hey, to each his own. Slim Jims, beef jerky, because, again, doesn't have to be microwaved, and this stuff, I don't think it ever goes bad, ever. So that's cool. And then bottled water. We're gonna need a boatload of bottled water because we got people living in a warehouse over there that's got the city's brought in some air conditioning units, but it's still gonna be pretty warm. And so we need lots and lots and lots of bottled water there, and we need bottled water for the people living out on the streets. So we need a ton of bottled water. And then the last thing, as I kind of alluded to at the beginning, was toilet paper. Sure, we need it here in the building, but we also need to be able to give toilet paper to individuals living on the street, because it's undignified enough having to do your business outside, but having to do your business outside in a community as big as Hesed House and as Aurora, and not having toilet paper to do that's not cool. So this is not where I thought I would be. I've been at Hesed House 21 years now. And we've served every single person on the streets of Aurora that entire time, and it never occurred to me that we would be mobilizing a street outreach team to serve the dozens and dozens and growing number of people living on the streets of the city. But this is where we find ourselves. So we're gonna meet the task, because that's what we do here at Hesed House. We're gonna serve everybody one way or another, and even if that means going out in the community and finding the tents and serving people there, we're gonna make it work. But we're definitely gonna need your help to do that. How you do that? How can you help? Well, all the stuff we just talked about there, and donations. This is, again, brutally expensive. We did not plan for a global pandemic. And prayers. We believe in prayers, and we live in faith, and we live in hope, and we need a little bit of yours if you got some to spare. So prayers, donations, and stuff like spam, because to my surprise, people today, they're sleeping outside, specifically requested spam. So don't go like drown us in spam, but we could use a little spam and toilet paper, etc. So thanks, guys. We're gonna get, oh no, I forgot. Where do you donate if you're going to drop off stuff? So you're not allowed in Hesed House right now. So we've got the fences installed there in front of that building, and there's also a fence installed in front of the other building. So you actually can't get in. Per the quarantine order, you're not allowed in. Only staff. And so what we've done is we've got the box truck there outside the fence, and we got a dude sitting there inside the fence. And the dude sitting there inside the fence can facilitate your drop-off. But please, only donate the stuff that we've asked for, the food and whatnot. Please do not bring your used clothing and toys and that kind of stuff, because we just do not have the staff capacity to process those right now. We don't have the space to process those. Hang on to those for later. We're going to need them, but just not right now. So that's where you can donate. If you want to donate money online, it's best at hesedhouse.org, HESED house.org. And then prayers, just lob them our way. We're down here on River Street. So thank you, guys. We're going to get through this together by taking care of the most vulnerable. And we're going to do that with a little bit of spam and a little bit of toilet paper and a whole lot of community love, because you guys are amazing. Thank you.